Good evening and welcome to Zone Sports High School Football here at the West Side Senator Stadium, where Chuck Jones, myself, and Adam Cox will be bringing you tonight's game. Now, for those of you who are just tuning in, this is Week 6 high school football.
Week 7.
Week 7.
Week 7.
Here in Scioto County. And, I mean, we've got a great matchup tonight. I think this is going to be as good a matchup as we had last week with the Senators and the Falcons.
Right.
You know. Now, Adam, what do you think about tonight's game?
Well, I mean, it's brought to you the pregame by McDonald's.
Yeah, of course,
as
always.
I want to thank them for being the pregame sponsor. The Siders come in at 2-6. The Valley Indians come in at a disappointing West is 2-4.
2-4, yes.
Valley comes in at 0-6. Valley's ran up against some tough opponents, but they're really young and they're rebuilding under Coach Crabtree.
Well, they've had some great seasons here in the past.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's why it's a surprise to everybody in the area on Valley being a little down a year, because usually it's just not a rebuilding, it's just reloading.
Right.
And when you kind of have to shuffle in, some freshmen and sophomores into key spots, it makes a big difference. Now, tonight I think you'll see the West Side Senators have a little bit of luck on the ground. Being able to run against the Valley defense. But I look for it to be a good ball game. West Side, 2-4, had Portsmouth on the ropes.
They did.
Fumbled 5 times. We had that game.
Yep.
They also had, Raceland was a close game for a while.
Yep.
And they were in overtime with the Falcons last week.
I'm telling you what, that game could have gone either way.
So 3 of their 4 losses have been decided by, minimal score and a couple possessions. So It should be an exciting one. I'll be happy to, kick it off here in about 7 minutes.
That's it. Well, also, we want to mention, be with us tomorrow night as well as we do Sims Valley and Notre Dame.
Down at Portsmouth Spartan.
That's it, man.
That's awesome.
Fabulous, historic.
To be able to call a game in Portsmouth Spartan Stadium.
That's kind of cool.
That is.
I don't care who you are. Yeah. It's a historic landmark.
It is.
For our area
NFL.
And for the NFL.
Right.
And that's just kind of neat that it's still in use even at the high school level.
Yeah, and we got some big games this week on Week 7.
Oh, we do.
Berg, Waverly.
Oh, man, that is going to be a huge game tonight.
Chesapeake, Portsmouth. East and Eastern.
That'll be good.
Sims Valley, Notre Dame.
There we go.
So we should have 2 good games this weekend.
We should.
I'm pumped, Chuck.
Well, I tell you what, we want to thank everybody who tunes in weekly to watch Zone Sports and listen to us bring you the best in local high school sports. And with that being said, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, Andy, and we'll come back and with a little more of the McDonald's pregame. And we're back again here at the West Side Senator Stadium.
Raven Rock.
This is also a kind of a historic place.
Yeah.
We have the actual rock behind us. So that everybody talks about.
The river right over there.
Well, one time this was a drag strip area.
Shrine Club.
We've got all kinds of stuff going on here. And I see everybody kind of lining up out there to greet the team.
Well, I think we got Mr. Hall explaining some of the rules by the Ohio High School Athletic Association, and then we got the kids lined up to bring on the Siders. But the Indians are weighted too by their fans. They're packing in here. Should be a good crowd because this is an SOC rival game.
It is, and it's close enough so both teams can actually have a good fan base show up.
Yeah.
To support their team. But it's always great to do a game out here in the Senators. West Portsmouth is extremely nice to the zone. They take care of us while we're out here and always greet us with smiles and open arms as we come out here to do these games.
Right.
Again, we'd like to thank all of y'all for tuning in. And we'd especially like to thank McDonald's, who brings you our pregame each week and our postgame.
And another big sponsor we got this week is William McKinley.
That's it. William McKinley, big supporter out in the Lucasville Valley area.
Big Indian supporter.
I tell you, William McKinley supports everything that we do that is Valley and Northwest related.
Yeah.
He is just a tremendous asset to the community.
Yeah, he is. Very good funeral home. Very good, well-directed.
And he loves the Buckeyes.
Oh, he's diehard Buckeye.
You know, I don't know that there's anybody in here. I don't know if there's anybody in this county who loves the Buckeyes more than William McKinley.
I'm right there with him. We also have Bob and Floyd's, just to go over some. Dr. Chris Schmidt.
Yep.
Marty Danini for re-election for county sheriff. Marty's re-election's up this voting period.
Pendleton's Truck Sales.
Yeah.
You know, big supporters of West Side.
Larry Moore's Trophies and Sports.
Dempsey's Heating and Air with Guy Dempsey.
You can't go wrong with Guy.
I'm telling you. You know, Thompson's Petroleum, big supporters of West football.
Yep.
You know, and Goins for sheriff. Steve Goins running for sheriff. So, I mean, all kinds of sponsors on these games and all kind of people bringing these games to you. So
support
do us a favor and support the people who bring these events to you. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back with the start of the game.
Today at Amelia Gray, we're doing makeovers. Be sure to stay tuned for our big reveal. Amelia Gray has skincare and cosmetics made just for you. Be sure to visit us online and check us out on Facebook for more videos and information.
Here at the Senators Stadium, where the West Side Senators will be taking on the Valley Indians, and this is going to be one heck of a game. Looks like everybody's lining up for the kickoff. We've got the Valley kids getting ready to kick. Looks like the Senators will be receiving. Who's kicking? Do we know who's kicking for?
Looks like number 9 for the Valley Indians, Caton Ruby. Caton Ruby is a junior.
Oh, a little onside.
Onside surprise!
What a way!
And
it's a fumble.
Wow!
It's a fumble, and buddy, that gamble paid off, didn't it?
The Indians come up with it. Derek Carver fumbles the onside kick, and the Indians, just like that, have the momentum off the bat.
I'm telling you what, man. Usually
love
you don't see that until later in the game.
Smooth move by Coach Crabtree.
That's it, man. You got to hand it to him on that.
Hey, you're 0-6. Don't leave anything on the table.
That's it, man. Come high or stay home.
Pull out all the tricks. Nice play by the Indians.
It was.
Now, this is the first time we've had Valley, Chuck, so let us get used to the play calling here. Andrew Shope is the quarterback, it looks like.
Okay.
He'll be in the shotgun. He looks a little quick. Oh, halfback pass, and he's open.
Oh.
They're pulling out all the stunts.
Man.
The Indians.
Look at that. What do you get, 35 yards out of that?
Dalton Howard passes it on the halfback pass to number 10.
The Indians come out just flying.
What a play by the Indians.
I knew this was going to be a good game. And, this looks like it's definitely going to be it.
I think they've caught the Siders on their heels early. Andrew Shope in the shotgun again. Looks at the quarterback draw to the halfback, and we got a flag. Looked like a holding. Looked like right about the holding spot.
Yep.
Might have been a legal block. Might have been a legal chop block. Let's see what the call is.
Good call. Good call.
1 for 1 on the night, Chuck. One for one, Andy. Give me credit on that one. Usually Andy with the better view over there kind of chimes in.
I know. Well, he does have 3 different camera views to choose from.
Right. So let's see what Andrew Shope and the Indians can do as to back it up a little bit. And that might have been a big, big penalty. 15 yards. Wow. Sets the Indians back, bringing up a big, big first down. It's going to be about 1st and 20-some. 1st and 22. I think it's
the first or second. The scoreboard didn't.
1st and 22.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Here we go. The Indians have a shotgun. Shope in the shotgun. Looks.
Oh.
Got the outside bubble screen and a big block on the end. Springs number 10, which is Tanner Spradlin.
Gets about 8 yards out of that.
Tanner Spradlin already with 2 big catches for the Indians. Coach Crabtree putting it in the air.
That's it. I mean,
wow.
That's daring, really.
I like the calls.
But
hey,
like you said, if you're 0-6, I mean,
don't leave anything on.
lose?
Pull out all the stunts, Coach. Let's see what Shope can do now. He's in the shotgun. You'll have the quarterback read. He'll read the defense over and see what he can do with it. Rolls right. He's got the out pattern. He's open. And another throw and catch. Another throw and catch to Tanner Spradlin.
Another 6-7 yards.
Well, I think what they're going to do is they're going to say,
3rd and 8.
Till anybody can stop Tanner Spradlin, we might see him reach 10 or 12 catches tonight.
We might.
He's got 3 on the opening drive. He's out at the bottom of the screen, wide left, and you still have Shope in the shotgun. Here comes Shope. Looks.
Little fake.
Little bit of pressure. He gets it off and dropped. The tight end had it, number 1, Levi Witt, and it was dropped.
Yeah,
it was dropped. Wow.
Tell you.
Hey,
now we're
I'll tell you,
8.
nothing for nothing, but Andrew Shope is a 5'9" sophomore playing quarterback, and he put the money on the tight end. He put the ball right on him.
I don't know. They should be within kicking range.
Well, you'd think they might, but they're 4th and 8, and I'm going for it.
Well, this early in the game with this much momentum, might as well.
0-8, 0-6. He's looking his way.
Oh, almost
and I'll tell
intercepted.
You, I want to say this. Out of all the games we've had with West, Portsmouth, Raceland, and Memphis, this is our 4th West Portsmouth game.
Yeah.
Brandon Moore, number 28, one of the corners, is one of the better players in the area at the corner position. Him and L.T. Maynard on the other left that had some big interceptions.
Yep.
They got some pretty good corners out there. Now, I want to say something here as this L.T. Maynard is lined up at quarterback.
There we go. He's got a handoff.
Handoff goes nowhere.
Nope.
L.T. Maynard is the quarterback for the Siders tonight. His first varsity start.
Really?
First varsity start. You got to remember, they've been going with number 26 Cody Staggs in the past. L.T. Maynard getting a start at quarterback and trying to get his first career win. Interesting that the Siders have made a switch.
Yeah. There's the snap. Handoff. And pushes through the line. Looks like he's got about 3 yards on that.
Well, it looks like the Siders are going to see if they can pound the ball at Valley and pick up yards, but it's going to be 3rd down and 6. We might see L.T. Maynard's first ever pass attempt.
Well, this would be the time for it.
I'm kind of surprised that L.T.'s at the quarterback spot, and I'm happy for him because it's his first year of football. Play action. They got him on the boot. He's going to keep, but gets nowhere.
Looks like he might have picked up a yard or 2, but no significant advance. Now Indians, 4th and 5.
The Indians were there. But, hey, I'll tell you this much. Last couple games we've seen West, their first couple possessions have been fumbles.
That's true.
So getting out of this without a turnover is a pretty good accomplishment. Punt the ball away and see if their defense can come up with something. A good punt.
Nice punt.
Right at number 10, and he's been to return. Oh, he's got a hole.
Oh, he's moving.
And
He takes
that
it
is
from the
number
45
10,
to the 30.
Tanner Spradlin.
Nice return.
Tanner Spradlin's the real deal right now.
There.
30-yard punt that time.
You got a nice return out of that.
25 yards on the return.
A punt for 5 yards on the net because he returned at 25 after a 30-yard punt. Gives the Indians the ball, 1st and 10 at the 30. You got Shope in the shotgun.
Oh.
Trips left. Shope with a handoff up the middle, goes nowhere, maybe 2.
J.T. Ward, the ball carrier. Stopped by big Cole Gilly.
A lot of action down there.
J.T. Wood, the
Second
ball
down,
carrier.
Call it 7.
I was looking for what number was that, the running back for Valley.
Which number was it?
Was it 21?
21, J.T. Ward. Yep, J.T. Ward. Looks
He
like
said
he's
Wood.
a junior.
Maybe I meant Ward.
173 point. Oh, back on the field.
Shope, the ball carrier.
Not a lot of running room for Shope up the middle on a QB keeper.
Cole Gilly leading the way for the Senators.
Cole
again.
Gilly with the tackle. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5, Chuck.
You know?
Hey, right now it looks like the team that might convert the most 3rd downs could come out on top. A ball game at 0-0 with 6:41 to go in the 1st quarter.
That's it.
Here's Shope in the shotgun. Low snap. He's got the
Handoff to
handoff and a
21.
little bit of wiggle room. He's outside and he might.
He gets the first for sure. Looks like he picks up an additional 5 yards.
He's down inside the 15, about the 14-yard line. That's going to give the Valley Indians a 1st down.
Tell ya, nice run by J.T. Ward. 5'11", 173-pound junior.
Moves the ball 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line.
Here comes the Indian shotgun, looking to run again. Oh, stuck in the hole.
And
Maybe a minimal gain.
Jones, the ball carrier.
Jesse Jones.
Nice
moving it.
tackle by number 23. I believe that was 23 out there. Garrett Hurd.
Garrett Hurd.
Garrett
Gabe
Hurd.
Skaggs on the tackle. for
Garrett
the
Hurd and
Senators.
Gabe Skaggs.
No, he said, yeah, Skaggs.
Along with Josh Berry. Brings up 2nd down. We'll call it about 9.
I'll tell you, we've watched these Siders so much this year. You can see the improvements on 23 Garrett Hurd.
Oh,
Josh
definitely.
Berry's been big all season.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens here. Is the fake
Oh.
pitch. Pass is high and nice play over there again by the corner.
Shope's pass incomplete,
Broken up
intended for a breach.
by number 28, Brandon Moore. Brandon Moore
in
on the
coverage
pass
for the
defense.
Senators.
That pass was intended for number 4, Christian Breach. Just a little out of his reach.
Yeah.
It's a little too high.
3rd down and 9. 3rd down and 9 for the Indians. Shope's under center this time. It's going to be look like a possible rollout. And that's
There
what
goes,
it's going to
gonna
do.
pass,
It's going to be a
dropping back.
roll,
Oh, he's in
rollout. They
trouble.
got a lot of pressure. Throws
He
it
throws
away.
Pass incomplete.
Got to make sure you stay off the quarterback. No late hit, and the Siders don't get that one. But it looked like it could have been close.
You know,
He
this,
threw it. He threw it away.
this is
Garrett
twice.
Hurd with
Twice
pressure
they've been
that
down
time
here.
on the quarterback.
Very close.
Brings it 4th down.
Very close.
And you think
to-
Valley being a soccer school and having soccer players, they might have a kicker. We've seen a good kicker at Memphis last week.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm
The
kind of
Gamp
surprised.
kid,
that-
the Gamp kid drilled a big one to go to overtime.
He did.
And then T.J. Hoggard for West hit one in
Yeah.
overtime. There was
Drops
2
back to
big
pass,
dribbles.
and he's in trouble
He's got
again.
no room, but dropped.
Man,
Dropped. Tanner Spradlin had a shot at it.
he did.
Turnover on down for the Siders defense.
You know what? It's turned over at the 13, so that may not hurt him.
And coverage again for the Senators. And the
You know, I think this is the kind of game we're going to see tonight. Back and forth. You know, both teams pushing hard.
Well, I like to see what Coach Johnson lets LT Maynard do on his second drive. See if he trusts him a little bit more with the playbook. Open it up, get Josh Berry involved. Josh Berry will be at the bottom of the screen, and he's been a big playmaker. Looks like he's one-on-one with number 4 down here.
Well, there's the handoff.
Oh, there's a big hole.
Through.
Nice roll, nice handoff, and nice hole. Wesley Robinson.
I'll tell you, looks like a gain of about 5 yards.
Wesley
maybe 6.
Robinson packing the pigskin. What do you think about that, Andy? I stole that off old Hall downstairs doing the announcing here.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. He keeps saying packing the pigskin. It's been
That's
stuck
it.
on me. LT Maynard's under center with the I formation. Here's the handoff
off,
to the
and he goes
fullback.
through again.
Oh, he lost the ball.
Yep,
He
sure
lost the
did.
ball.
Who's got it?
My gosh.
And
The
Valley recovers
Indians.
it. Tough break for the Senators. Tough break for the Senators.
Cody Spence on the recovery.
Number 34 put it on the ground. Hunter Reed put it on the floor.
That's it.
And Achilles heel of the Siders this year has been
Fumbles.
they dropped the season, man.
I'm telling you.
Portsmouth game, fumbles. Raceland, fumbles. This game,
Minford.
fumbles. Minford, fumbles. He keeps
Valley
it.
drops back.
Show,
pass.
screen.
Little short one.
Oh, missed tackle.
And he's dodging it.
Complete to Ward.
Gets at least 7-8 yards out of that.
Nice play by number 21.
That was.
Josh Berry on the stop along with Dalton Billiter.
There's the snap. Pitch back.
Nice hit by the Siders.
Ward the ball carrier.
I think he's going to be just short, Chuck.
I think so.
Just short of the first. Going to bring up a big third down, but they're in 2-down territory. They haven't kicked either time. This is Valley's third trip into the red zone. Still 0-0 with 3 minutes to go.
Looks like
West.
Daddy Brandon Weaver that time on the stop.
About 1 yard to go.
Gonna bring third
Hey.
short.
This is the fastest first quarter we've had all season.
Oh, it is.
3 minutes to go. We haven't even had a commercial break.
No, we haven't.
Usually we got all kinds of time and
There's the snap.
another
the
handoff. And he's met in the hole, and I don't think he got
is
it. He
stopped
looks
cold.
like he's just short. Bringing up another crucial fourth down, Chuck.
That's it.
What are you going to do here if you're Coach Crabtree?
33, Jesse Jones moving that ball, but stopped cold.
I think if I'm Coach Crabtree here, I let number 7, Andrew Shope, line up in the quarterback sneak position and push forward again the first down.
Bring up fourth down, and we'll call it about 2.
I think you get Shope behind the line and you just fall forward and you see if you can get that push behind the line.
This is the third time they've attempted this. I think
Fourth
maybe I'd
down.
try to kick
Oh, it's a long two. Oh, it's a long one. So fake the handoff. They're going to pass, and he's in trouble.
Oh,
And he dropped it
And he dropped
again.
Pass.
Holy
Telling
moly donut shop. Number 21,
Billiter,
J.T. Ward.
quarterback, and Garrett Hurd in coverage, and the Senators
I'm
will
telling
take
you.
over on downs.
So listen to this.
You know, that's 3 times. they're
Turnover on
within-
downs.
Within the 20.
Number 23, Garrett Hurd on the coverage. A big play, and I want to just give you a little bit of something. Garrett Hurd comes in at 5'6", buck
Okay.
45.
Yep.
All right. Now Garrett is going up against number 21, 5'11", 173, and you couldn't tell it from there. Garrett knocked the ball loose because that was a first down.
Yeah.
Big
yeah.
hit. That's
Yep,
a big hit.
you're
That
right.
might be our Portsmouth big hit block of the game.
It might be. It might
Our
be.
cheerleaders will
You know, it
be
looks like the Senators just made a nice drive.
Manchester around 1 o'clock.
We got a little bit of update. Willersburg 7, Waverly nothing. First
Well,
quarter
Who's surprised at that?
at Waverly.
Who's
Berg.
surprised there? Both teams
7-0.
coming into that 6-0.
Yeah. Waverly's only been scored on a couple times all year.
I don't think that's going to matter coming up against Berg.
Oh, we got running room.
Oh, man.
And the ball's out again.
And we've got a flag on the play.
The ball is out again.
What do we got?
Jeez.
Robinson, the ball carrier. We have a flag on the play and a fumble on the play.
A flag and a fumble.
Block in the back against the Senators.
Valley recovered another fumble. Holy mackerel.
And the
I've
Indians,
seen it all.
The Indians take over the 31-yard line.
This game's brought to you by Krispy Kreme. Got the best glazed donuts in town.
I'm telling you.
I
they
think
got the
some of the
best
siders
donuts.
might have had a couple. They had trouble holding on to the ball tonight.
You know, they're cooking up pumpkin donuts lately.
You told me that.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Man, if the Indians can't do something with one of these turnovers, they're going to have to cash them in.
There we go.
Valley again with the handoff to J.T. Ward, the junior, 5'11", 173 pounds, gets a gain of about 3. He's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
Valley moves back to the line. Got a minute 12 left in the first quarter. There's the pass. He connects.
To number
and he's
4.
Down about the 14.
Christian Breach with the catch.
Nice play.
Man, I'm impressed with the Shope kid's arm.
Yeah.
I really am.
You know, honestly, he's other than throwing it high, you know, a couple times.
He's been on the money.
He has.
And I'll tell you this much, the Shope kid's showing some poise, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing the ball around with some confidence. Hand off to 21.
And he
And I'll
moves.
tell you what. I'll tell you, Ward protects the ball a little bit better than you see the West Side running back so far.
Yep.
Josh Berry with another big tackle.
That's a name that we hear all night long, you know?
Josh Berry.
Yep. He does a good
He
job
does a
out
lot.
there.
Into the first quarter, Chuck, 0-0.
I tell you, no score on the game at this point. And as they take a break, we'll take a break, and we'll be back right after this.
Many people know that at the Battery Terminal in Ashland, Kentucky, we sell automotive, marine, and recreational vehicle batteries. But did you know we also sell
Power Wheels, motorcycle, and wheelchair batteries.
We also sell batteries for garage door openers, watches, cordless phones, and cell phones.
The Battery Terminal is a family-owned business located in Ashland, Kentucky. We've been in business for 28 years, and we are here to service your battery needs.
Here at the Rock, where the Valley Indians and the West Senators have been going head-to-head for one quarter now, and the score is still 0-0, but they are playing hard.
1 punt, 2 turnovers by the Siders, Chuck, has been the difference.
Yep.
I'll tell you one thing that we do have is a lot of Valley. I mean, they've been held on 4th downs 3 times.
They have.
3 times they've been held.
You know, I'm going to take a minute and just throw out a shameless plug to Coca-Cola. You know, this is one of the only schools in the county that carries Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You know, so good job, West Portsmouth. Everybody's moving back to the line as it looks like the Indians have the ball, and they'll be
Start of the second quarter. We got Shope in the shotgun. Looks like he's got trips left. West Side needs to hold again. 2nd down and 3. He's going to draw. Quarterback draw. First down.
and he's down.
First down.
I tell you, they're in striking distance again. What's going to happen?
Garrett Hurd on the tackle. Number 23, the sophomore, stepped up and made some big hits.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Are they calling it 3rd down and 1 or first down? Because I think it's a first down.
and 3.
First down and goal, ain't it?
Yeah.
First down and goal for the Indians is 11:42 to go in the second quarter, 0-0. Shope's in the shotgun.
Here we go. They're lined up.
The
There's
snap
the
is low, but the
and he's
handoff.
pushing through.
Oh, he didn't get in. Ward did not get in.
Looks like he's about the 2-yard line.
Looks like he's about at a yard and a half to go for an Indian touchdown.
I tell you.
But Garrett Hurd with the 3rd or 4th tackle of the night.
They might get it this time.
Westside's had the defense to hold down here before. They've had Valley in the red zone 3 times tonight. Valley's came away with no touchdowns on 2 West fumbles. Here's Shope in the shotgun.
Everybody's back at the line.
He looks, quarterback draw, and he's in.
He's through.
Untouched. Touchdown, Indians. 6-0 Indians, Chuck.
That's it. Andrew Shope pushes through and gets the touchdown. Shope is a 5'9", 161-pound sophomore.
Sophomore quarterback.
That's it. Big deal for a sophomore.
That touchdown's brought to you by McKinley Funeral Home. Big Valley supporter.
Big Valley supporters.
Now on for the extra point is Crabtree.
Now we might see why they haven't kicked in the past.
Let's see if he can make the extra point. It's up and good, Chuck.
There we go.
Got to give it to him.
And the Indians take the lead 7-0 here at the beginning of the second quarter. Let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back right after this.
You know the value of planning and hard work. For every seed you plant now, you will be rewarded later. Throughout your life, you've planned and made smart decisions. You deserve State Auto's Prime of Life to protect your home and autos. Find out more about Prime of Life and other State Auto products.
Call Barrett Murphy, your local State Auto Insurance agency.
And we're back here at the Rock, where the Valley Indians have just taken the lead 7-0 over the West Senators in what is going, so far has been a back-and-forth game.
Back and forth on whether or not West is going to take care of the ball. They've gave the Valley Indians every opportunity. Valley should probably be up 21-0 right now as West has fumbled the ball 2 times.
They have.
And the 3rd time was a punt, which, the kid from Spradlin, Tanner Spradlin, returned it down to the 30.
Well, Valley's been in that kill zone 3 times before that.
Hey, they started the game with the onside kick, too.
Yeah.
So they get the ball back at the
excellent strategy.
Yeah, Coach Crabtree pulling out all the tricks. When you're 0-6, you got to lay it all on the line, Chuck.
That's it. Come high or stay at home.
I want to see how many times I can say that tonight. Here's the next kickoff. It's going to be an end-over-end. Garrett Hurd loses it.
Oh, they better get on it. Oh, man. Driven all the way back to the 10-yard line, fumbled.
I'll tell you.
Almost picked up by the Indians again.
This is almost beginning to be something that the West Side Senators need to wake up for. It's like they didn't play this bad all year.
No.
This is starting to look like they need to wake up a little bit, like they've underestimated the Valley Indians because of some of the scores and because of the 0-6 record. But the Indians are here to play tonight, Chuck.
Oh, they are.
It's going to be a ball game. If West wants to win it, they're going to have to put together some drives and hold on to the ball.
You know what? We're seeing a lot of errors, but both sides are really playing hard. Now West is pushing through.
Robinson the ball.
Oh, they've had all kinds of running room.
Gets about 6-7 yards on
They've
that drive.
been getting 6 or 7 and dropping it on 8.
Well, that's it.
I think if they went with a hurry-up running offense, but, they got a new quarterback, LT, so they're going to be calling into plays. They're one of the teams that we've seen that's not been going to this no-huddle spread offense, that they're still in the I formation. They're going to try to pound the ball at you and get some running lanes. And
we really haven't seen them pass tonight.
No, LT hasn't thrown a pass attempt yet. Josh Berry, though, on the end around can do some damage.
I tell you. Looks like he's going to get the first down out of that.
Like to do something different. Get him the ball. Get your playmakers the ball, Chuck.
Senator first down.
Senators get a first down.
Now they got that first down and get the crowd into it and try to get some side or pride going. West Side pride,
I'm telling you. Well, the West Side's known for their pride.
LT Maynard under center. They look to run it. Oh, another ball is on the ground.
Oh, my gosh. Does Valley have it again?
It looks like Valley got it. Gee, Manetli. If it can't go wrong.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Senators.
Oh, recovered by the Senators. That was close. That was close. That brings us up to 2nd and 10.
Second down, we'll call it 11. At the 22-yard
I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of things go wrong, but this Westside Senator team cannot hold on to the football.
I tell you what, I feel bad for him.
Wesley Robinson, another fumble.
Oh,
LT, nice.
He gets hit and finally comes down about the 45-yard line or 35-yard line. So they pick up another first down.
So now LT Maynard throws his first pass completion out wide to Cody Staggs.
Yep.
Going to move the sticks for the Siders, breathing some life into the crowd. You hear the foghorn, you hear the cowbells, you know the Siders are moving the ball.
That's it.
Well, let's see here if they can capitalize after their second first down. LT Maynard's under center. They're going to put the ball on the ground and have a lot of running room.
Man.
Nice move.
And
He's still on his feet. And I like what Chase Liniger did there.
I'm telling you, another first down for the Siders.
First down, Siders.
I tell you, they are definitely changing their momentum now.
They have. Liniger hit the hole hard. And a nice lead block by the fullback. And I think that's what they got to do. They're going to have to just keep running behind number 34, follow Hunter Reed's block, and get some positive yards. Here's the toss. Hunter Reed pulls.
And he's got some momentum.
And he's on
going.
Hunter Reed's back. Oh, did you see what I called?
You know what? He almost pulled another first down out of that.
Chuck, I might get a call for an offensive coordinator position if I keep calling out this stuff for these coaches.
I'm telling you.
You see him get on Hunter Reed's back there?
He did. I mean, he was drafting him all the way through.
It looks like that's what's going to be successful is the bump draft on Hunter Reed's tail end.
That's it. Well, you look, I mean, they've moved 30 yards.
Now they're going to do something different. We got LT Maynard shotgun with Hunter Reed to his split left. LT's going to roll. LT's going to roll.
He's going. He's moving with it. And he gets a first down out of that.
If they give him the spot, he should have it.
Yeah, I think he's got first down out of that.
By J.T. Ward, right at the first down marker, looks like.
They're going to walk the chains, or they're going to look at it, eyeball it.
Hey, Andy, by your view, do we have it? I don't think so. Short.
Oh,
Andy
there.
says short, and by gosh, he's on the money.
That's it. That's one for Andy.
Wow,
tonight.
give it up
He's
for
on it.
Andy. Nice work, camera crew. Nice
Third
work.
down and just a handful of inches.
Handful of inches. Okay. All right, here we go with the Siders facing 3rd down and 1, definitely needing the momentum. 7:21 to go in the second quarter, trailing the Valley Indians 7-0, Chuck.
I tell you. You know, the Senators are driving hard. They want to get this game back to tied up area or an advantage here.
Can we get the chain gang to get over off the field a little bit quicker? I'm just kidding.
You know.
I'm just kidding. Just want to give them a hard time. Hey, let's get the Siders in the I formation and run it behind Hunter Reed for a Sider first down if I'm Coach Johnson here. LT Maynard looks like he's going to be under center. Here comes the Siders to the line.
Oh.
LT Maynard keeps it.
They push it through.
LT Maynard right behind. Has a Senator first down.
Nice play by LT Maynard, the junior quarterback, showing poise, leading the Siders down the field. Hey, you know, when you have a quarterback that's making his first start, usually you'll see the nerves come and factor on the exchange from the center or the handoffs, but that hasn't been the case. The running backs have had the ball in their arms and hands and lost it.
Yeah.
The handoffs have been there.
That's it. Oh,
They just been putting the ball on the turf.
I tell you what, buddy, they got stopped cold that time.
Now let's see what LT can do with 2nd down and 9. Is this going to be a true test here on what Coach Johnson tries to do?
You know, they moved the ball 30 yards in 4 plays.
But they got to go to what their bread and butter is, and that's been on the ground with Littinger, and they got the ball in a little reverse to Josh Berry. So let's see what they got. Weapons. Josh Berry's at the bottom of the screen. He's going to be one-on-one with number 7, Andrew Shope, at the bottom. And Maynard's going to roll.
Oh, deflected.
Batted down at the line by Austin Lospich. Number 16, Austin Lospich with a big batted
he
ball.
In there hard. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Well, that's been 2 plays with no advancement.
Yeah, it's going to be a big 3rd down and 9 for the Siders. 6:16 to go. The Valley Indians holding them to a shutout. 7-0 Indians. Here come the Siders.
There's the snap and the pitch, and he's going to go for it. He's
got
pushing. Looks like he's close to the 1st down again.
Looks like he's going to be about a yard short, bringing up a big 4th down and 1. Last time the Siders had LT Maynard sneak it for about a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Yep.
Let's see what LT can do this time, as I'm sure Coach Johnson's going to go for 4th down and 1. Siders look like they got Barry in the slot. LT Maynard's under center. They're going to give it to him, and he got it.
He got it. Well, at least they're not giving up, you know.
Hey, I like the Siders play calling.
Yep.
I mean, they're going to pound it down the Valley Indians' throat and see if they can make any type of play.
When you look at it, I mean, they've moved the ball 45 yards or so.
Yeah, well, it started back about the 15-yard line, 10-15, where the fumbled kickoff.
Oh, yeah, the fumbled kickoff. I mean, well, if you include that, shoot, you know. I mean, they've moved the ball a good 65 yards.
Yeah. Hunter Reed with the ball carry.
I mean, they're definitely doing it the hard way, but they're doing it.
The tank, Hunter Reed, the ball carrier. He stopped by Greathouse.
Big tackle there for no gain.
Tyler Mitchell,
maybe 1 or 2, actually. Looks like about 2nd down and 8 for the Siders. LT Maynard will be back in the I formation under center. Linegar's deep in the backfield. Barry's in the slot.
Hand off.
Linegar's got some running room, but met by. Oh, he's up!
Oh,
nice spinning. He did more spins there than.
I'll tell you. Looks like a gain of about 7 yards.
Yeah, he was spinning.
Danny and Michelle, could you please come back to the press box?
Well, Danny and Michelle back to the press box.
Danny and Michelle needed at the press box. I wonder if they're going to get one of those famous barbecue sandwiches.
Probably.
One of the good sponsors we got tonight is where I was eating lunch today, Toro Loco.
Yeah, that's where I had lunch today.
Did you?
I did.
I feel sorry for Andy.
I'm telling you.
Eat fresh. There's
And
the toss. Linegar's got room behind
he's
Hunter.
Drafting. There he goes.
1st down, maybe.
Yep.
Looks like he's got it. Yeah,
pulled
definitely a
first down
first
out of
down.
that. They're moving it.
Chase Linegar is going to be the man that they need to stop.
I have to say, for fine Mexican cuisine, Toro Loco's the ticket.
You got to like it.
You got to.
Another big sponsor we have is Burt Murphy Insurance, Dan Cassidy and the boys down there.
That's it.
Desco Federal Credit Union. KDMC of Ohio.
Big thanks to KDMC.
Kiddo Lodge.
You know, most people don't know, but this week KDMC actually renewed for the next year as our studio and sports sponsor. So thanks to KDMC.
A gain of maybe 2 on a carry by Liniger. It's going to give him about 2 yards to the 13. LT Maynard's going to try to get the Siders in for his first touchdown as a quarterback. I'm interested to see what they can do with it.
3 minutes and about 10 seconds left to go here in the half. Second and 8, the ball's on the 15, and there's the snap. Pitch back, and he's running to the side.
Liniger.
He's going. Looks like he may have gotten another first down out of that.
It's going to be close. But I'll tell you one thing that they are doing. Timeout Indians. Why, there's a timeout, Chuck. Let's go ahead and take a quick break.
Sounds good. Andy, take us to break. Go nuts for donuts at Krispy Kreme across from Portsmouth High School. We're back here at the Rock where the Valley Indians lead the West Senators 7-0 with about 2 minutes 50 seconds left to go in the half. The field position is 3rd down with 8 to go. Ball's on the 15.
Now that's not right. Now
what?
Let's see, the last play they haven't updated it. It's either going to be 3rd and very short or a first down for the Siders. It looks like it's going to be about 3rd and a yard.
Oh, yeah, I said
from
my mistake.
The 6. So they need to get inside the 5 for another Sider first down. They're going to have about 3rd down and 1. Hunter Reed is the fullback behind LT Maynard. Looks like they got Liniger in the backfield with Barry in the slot.
There's a snap. They pushed through for the first. Almost pushed far enough to get the touchdown.
Nice sneak by Maynard. Give it to him again. Why not?
I'm telling you.
Why not?
Look at that. Looks like they're on about the 2. What are they, 2 yard line, 1 yard line?
If you can push that far.
I'm telling you.
Go again. Let's see what he can do.
Well, this is their shot to tie it up before the half.
Sneak it all the way down the field.
You know?
You can get 5.
Well, might as well.
See what the Indians can do as the Siders are knocking on the door. Liniger finds the end zone. Touchdown Siders.
There it is.
Touchdown Siders.
That brings us up.
Bust one open.
Okay.
Let's see what Liniger can do as the Siders take a timeout. Are we going to take a timeout, Chuck?
You know, let's go ahead and take a quick timeout, and we'll come right back.
Let's see if we can get you some help.
Who do you think you're going to get to help me this time of night?
Thank you for calling King's Daughters. This is Natalie. How can I help you?
My husband has a pretty bad cough, and it seems like it's getting worse.
Let's see about getting him in to see a provider.
Care 24/7. Free advice, help, and scheduling 24 hours a day.
Honey, I think they can get you in as soon as the morning.
That fast?
That fast.
Care 24/7. Here when you need us.
7-7 with 25 seconds to go. Liniger busts one open to about the 32. It's going to bring up a first down and 10 with 25 seconds. LT Maynard's in the shotgun, Chuck.
And
they're going to open it up.
Look here we
Maynard
go.
rolls.
He's getting chased. He's running. There's the pass.
Completed. Nice pass.
First down, Senators.
To you-know-who, number 26, Cody Staggs.
Senators get the first down with 18 seconds left. They are moving it down.
18 seconds.
They
Clock
want this
starts.
bad.
And now, hold on. He's got 2 timeouts left. Use one.
There we go. He drops back. He's looking, and he's in trouble. But he's moving forward. He's dodging it.
Timeout. Get a timeout. Get a timeout. LT Maynard makes a move, makes a few people miss.
6-7 yards out of that.
Whoop. LT Maynard puts on the moves.
Got
him.
They were trying to get him and really wasn't having any luck.
Did you see the moves he put on?
I did.
Little shifty footwork by LT Maynard. Basketball works out.
I'm telling you what, the Senators, they want this score. They want to go into that halftime ahead.
I believe he's saying, can we take a shot at the end zone with 8 seconds and still have a chance for maybe T.J. Hoggard to come in and kick one? Hey, I've seen the Hoggard kid kick.
Hey,
he can boot one.
They're in striking distance
he can
now.
Boot it.
You know, they're in striking distance now. I tell you, here they are coming back out of the timeout.
L.T. Maynard managed to pick up some yards as he was in trouble, fought through, shook him off.
I'm telling you.
Got through the line for about 5. Big play athletically.
Oh, excellent.
Josh Berry's in the slot. Watch for him. Watch for Josh Berry. They got a little bit of safety help on Berry.
They
got safety help on Berry.
He's looking.
LT
Long
throws it
pass.
up.
And it's touchdown!
LT Maynard to Cody Staggs! Woo!
Senators connected with number 26.
Cody Staggs.
Cody Staggs. Man, what a reception. Did you see that?
Nice catch.
I'm telling you.
I don't know what I like better, the throw or the catch.
I'm telling you. 3 seconds left to go on the clock. I'm telling you, the Senators were not going to take no for an answer on this.
No, they wasn't. And they looked good doing it too, didn't they?
The Senators line up to kick. There we go. There's the kick. And it's good.
Good. 3 seconds to go till half. 14-7 Siders, Chuck.
I'm telling you what, this is a game to watch. You know, while they line up, let's catch our breath, and we'll be back right after this.
Welcome to Kennel Lodge of Portsmouth. Kennel Lodge is a complete pet boarding facility that creates a family stay environment that includes luxurious style kennels, a huge outdoor play area, and the daily care your pets deserve. Leanne and Kevin Abner include a staff that truly understands everything that your pets need, from grooming, the HydroSurge bathing process, and of course, the element of love. Located at 7th and Market Street in Portsmouth, call 353-9804. The next time you need pet boarding and care, they make your pets feel like they're on vacation too.
Here at the Rock, where the West Senators have just taken the lead, 14-7 over the Valley Indians.
Yeah.
3 seconds left on the clock, and looks like everybody's going to line up for the kick.
I think this is more what we expected, the Siders to look better at the first quarter. It took them a quarter to get going.
It did.
But the last 2 drives has resulted in 14 Sider points, and really been LT Maynard running the show.
It was. Well, the Senators are lining up to kick, and the Valley Indians are in position, and here we go.
Nice little squiver.
That's
and
it.
They might get it. Oh, they got it. Oh, no, Valley got it. Boy, that ball was loose, laying over there.
It was.
Berg scored 17-7.
17-7, Berg.
And it's halftime.
I'm telling you.
The Indians are down 14-7, Chuck. We got halftime coming up here. Let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
That sounds great. Andy, take us to break.
A night of family entertainment awaits you at the Portsmouth Cinema 8. We're always improving. More games, better movies, delicious concessions, online ticket sales, and updates on Facebook as well. To make your experience better, we now have all 8 theaters in digital DLP with Dolby Surround Sound. Plus, you can watch your next digital 3D movie here. All the entertainment you need at Portsmouth Cinema 8. Movies will never be the same again. The library isn't just a source for books anymore. We are activities. We are local history and genealogy. We are entertainment. We are DVDs and books on CD. We are online. We are education. We are mobile. We are everywhere. We are still books and reading. We are here for our community. We are here for you.
We are the Portsmouth Public Library.
I love the library.
Wherever good can overcome,
That is where your contributions to the Salvation Army go.
To receive the kick from TJ Hoggard.
And we're back here at the Rock, where the Senators lead the Indians 14-7. And here is the kickoff for the second
short
half.
kick, but it's going to hit and die down and dropped and fell on by the Indians' number 14. That's going to be Tyler Mitchell on the recovery. Let's see what the Indians can do with the first drive of the game. Or first drive of the second half, I should say.
That's it. Well, you know, they started the game off doing very well.
Very well.
And a lot of great plays, a lot of great strategy, and a lot of great passes.
Just kind of fell off pace a little bit, got off track, and West capitalized with 14 straight unanswered points. But Shope has looked good at the quarterback position. Hootie hoot. Is that what Andy's doing over there?
There's the pass.
Complete to number 10. We got a flag.
Yeah. Boy, he pitched that
Picked
flag.
up.
Oh, fumbled. And ran in. Fumbled by the Indians.
We do have a flag on the play, though. Wait a minute. It might be called back or it might be against the Siders. That'd be a big break.
Wesley Robinson picking up that fumble.
Wesley Robinson picked up the fumble called by Josh Berry with a big hit.
That's it, big hit.
Big hit. Might be our big hit of the game. Touchdown, Senators!
Holding on the Valley Indians. And the Senators come out with a big lead. What a way to start the second half.
We had a holding call on Valley, declined, and now the Siders are going to be kicking the extra point.
I tell you what, you know, the first half, the very first quarter really kind of belonged to Valley.
First play from scrimmage, Chuck.
And the beginning of the second quarter, and now here we are at the half, and it's a whole different ballgame.
21-yard fumble return for Wesley Robinson.
First play recovered by Wesley Robinson, ran in by Josh Berry with a big hit.
There's a kick.
No good.
It's scrubbed up.
That's going to be big.
So that keeps us at the West Side Senators 20 and the Valley Indians 7. And
20
we'll go ahead and take a break and come back right after this.
7 Siders. That's a big hit by Josh Berry.
That's it.
I'm Kristen. I graduated from Shawnee and I'm currently teaching in China. I work at the largest international kindergarten in my region. We teach through singing, dancing, and body language. I completed the program in China with my student teaching.
I'm Alex and I'm an education major. Other classmates would often ask me for help, and then a few teachers told me that I should tutor. I want to be able to show how complex concepts can relate to real life. If you can help someone learn something, you yourself understand it better.
And we're back here at the Rock. I'm Chuck Jones here with Adam Cox. And
yes, you are.
The Valley Indians are now trailing by 13 points at the beginning of the second half. And I don't know what they're going to do to keep things in check.
Well, let's see what.
Spradlin back deep for the Indians, awaiting TJ Hoggard's kick.
I think you got to go.
Here comes the Senators kicking. It's
Big
high
kick
and
by
it's
Hoddick.
good.
Shope, number 10, is got room.
Spradlin, the ball carrier.
Spradlin with a nice move.
He dodged a few little tackles there. Got
Josh
a nice
Berry
return.
bringing him down.
All the way up to about
Also some help from Kevin
the
Carter.
29, 30-yard line.
First and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Bob and Floyd's Tires is a big sponsor. Go down and visit Rob and the boys.
That's it.
They'll be able to get you a new tire put on or a set of 4 Shope in the shotgun. Handoff, playing it safe. 21's got running room. Fine. Oh, nice tackle.
I tell you.
Nice tackle there. Grabbed the ankles, made the tackle. Number 79. 79 for the Siders. Dalton Billiter. Dalton Billiter with the big.
Brings up a second and a long 7.
2nd and 7 now. 11-18 in the third quarter. Ball's on the 33-yard line as the Indians try to make some headway.
Here comes the handoff. Nowhere to go. Maybe a pickup of 1, possibly 2 on the carry, as the Cider defense is holding strong. And to be honest with you, when you looked, we got to he's up. Ward's up.
By Wesley Robinson.
When you look at what the Valley Indians accomplished their first couple drives, sure they were stalled on 4th down, but they passed the ball well.
Oh, they did.
Shope was connected.
They did.
And now they're going to more of a balanced run attack and more runs, and it's not been paying off. Crabtree's got Shope in the shotgun. And another keeper by Shope, and he's looking, no one open, and nice break on the ball by Staggs.
Incomplete pass. Just short of the 50.
Well, I'll tell you why. Cody Staggs and Garrett Hurd were locked up man-to-man on the tight end and wide receiver, causing the incompletion there, Chuck. Score from Waverly, the Pirates 17, the Tigers 7.
Well, I tell you what, they're holding the Pirates pretty well.
Now, one thing I'd like to say is with Josh Berry back deep, you always can expect something
There's the punt.
pretty good out of Mr. Berry, but he's not going to get a return that one. Out of bounds about the 36-yard line. 36-yard line, first down Siders. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
I do it for the ladies.
I did it before I got married. I do it year-round.
It's the only thing I take my hat off for.
I do it all month long for one low price.
We do it together.
Wheelersburg, Portsmouth, Huntington, Jackson. I do it wherever I go.
They all do it here. You won't have to wait for the sun to look fine. Come to the Sunspot where the sun always shines.
Chuck.
We are.
Sunspot Tanning, one of the big sponsors you see there on the nice pass by LT Maynard and hauled in by Mr. Cody Staggs.
That was a great catch.
Complete to Cody Staggs.
You know, from up here, it looked like that.
LT Maynard, I don't think has thrown an incompletion yet.
Really?
I think he's maybe 3 for 3, 4 for 4. I don't think he's threw any incompletions.
Well, you know, we've seen hardly any throws out of the Siders.
Well,
tonight.
I mean, they haven't had to, but when he did, he hit Cody Staggs for a big touchdown before the half.
That's it.
Now you got Josh Berry down on the bottom of the screen, Staggs on the top.
Oh, got a little handoff going on.
And I'll tell you, you can tell Coach Johnson ripped their butt at halftime about holding on to the ball. Lineker, both hands on the ball, protecting it.
Down by Cody Spence.
And you know, you see Dan McDavid over there on the coaching sideline. He's a big and long-time head coach at Green. He was a long-time head coach at Green, and he's been doing a great job at West. And I think Coach McDavid's been a big asset to the team. I like Dan. Well, we got Maynard in a shotgun, and what is definitely a throwing down on 3rd and 5. Drops back, looks, throws it out there to Mr. Berry.
Oh!
And Berry
gets the first and about 3 or 4 yards.
LT Maynard completes another pass.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know what went on. What went on with the Senators in the locker room at halftime, or what caused this change? But this is definitely a different ball game.
Well, you got to like what you see out of the Siders and their offenses. Really, they've been moving the ball the last couple drives, but their defense with a big touchdown here in the third quarter to give them a 20-7 lead. They're up by 13. And looking for more is Lineker's on his feet, and he is breaking tackles. Lineker could go. He could go all the way.
He's at the 5,
and he hit a touchdown. What a play!
Another big touchdown for the Senators.
Chase Liniger took it to the house.
I'm telling you.
MIA.
I mean, at least a 40-yard run out of that.
If not more. But he cut left, ran into a wall, broke a tackle, bounced it out right, and was to the house for 6.
You know, he broke his last tackle between the 10 and 15.
I'm sorry I overtalked you there. I got excited,
We
Chuck,
both
but we
did.
got down to the 10 to 5. Touchdown Siders.
That's it.
Hottinger back in to kick another extra point. LT Maynard to be putting down the snap.
Oh.
A fake! LT lofts it up, and they pull it off. The Siders.
I tell you, that's the first two-point conversion we've seen tonight.
Brandon Moore. Wow. Gotta like what you see out of the Siders.
I'm telling you.
28 to 7 Siders, and just like that, the tables have turned.
I'm telling you what.
Wow.
They have definitely picked up the game since
nice fake.
Since the half.
Touchdown Waverly, open series of the second half, 17-14.
I'm telling you, this is crazy.
Waverly down 3 at home against Willersburg. Wow. Big game.
You know, you think about this. I mean, the first quarter was scoreless. And here we are not even halfway through the third, and it's 28 to 7. I mean, it's almost like the Indians have given up at this point.
(17-13). I apologize. Waverly must have missed the extra point. Big update from Willersburg. We're keeping an eye on that game because it has big SOC intentions as both teams are 6-0.
Oh, I tell you what.
Now, Waverly's been looking good this year. Wins over Piketon, wins over Zane Trace. Looking good, Waverly Tigers. TJ Honiger with the kick. It's short, but right in the dangerous play area.
A little confusion there by the receiver.
Number 6 is Spencer Riggs.
Looks like he didn't know which way to go.
6 foot, 140 junior. As you look down through that Valley Indian team, it's got a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors that Coach Crabtree is going to have in this system for the next 2 to 3 years. Look for the Valley Indians to be much more improved.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, honestly, this is really kind of tough. You think about how many seasons. I mean, the Valley Indians had a SOC title 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
You know,
Coach Crabtree.
Yeah, and honestly, they're in a rebuilding phase now. You know.
Cody Staggs in coverage for the Senators.
And when you're young and you make mistakes and it just seems like the wheels come off the wagon so easy, the Siders have had 14 points quick.
Yep.
And if you remember, Valley had the tempo.
Been playing since the 7th grade, so get out and support the girls on senior night, Thursday, October the 11th.
False start, Indians. Number 10 at the bottom of the screen had moved. And it looks like Tanner Spradlin moved a little bit. It's going to back him up, bring up 2nd and 15. Chuck, what they're saying now is the Westside Senators having homecoming. The crowd has really got in it. You can hear the cowbells.
Yep. Oh,
the Valley crowd has quieted down. But the Shope and the Tribe are looking to see if they can get something rolling here.
There's the snap. Drops back to pass.
Nice pass.
Oh.
Might have got there early. Looked like he might have got there early, but no call.
That was almost receptive.
Austin Lospage. Looked like Austin Lospage was the intended receiver.
Breaking up the play. Brings up a 3rd down and long. We'll call it about 15.
So we're at 3rd and 15 for the Indians as they all move up to the line.
West has got a big 3rd and 15 for the defense here. Shope's in a shotgun. Low snap, but he rolls out. He's looking to throw. He's got a man. Overthrown him on the west sideline. Number 1, Staggs, I think.
Caught by number 59.
Cole Staggs was covering.
Off the field.
Yeah. Incomplete it goes as, Chuck. Going to bring up 4th and 15. The Indians look like they're going to be punting the ball back to the Siders. If the Siders are going to keep the gas on the the foot on the gas, we could see a big change of momentum as they're up 21 now.
There's the punt. Ooh, almost
got
blocked.
the punter. Josh Berry back. He's got it. Sets up a return, and he's got room.
He's
moving. He's a playmaker,
being
boys.
Chased, and he's
nice.
down.
Nice carry, Josh Berry.
I tell you.
I like watching
Nice
Josh
run.
Berry play. He plays hard, plays with a lot of heart.
Yeah.
He's been big in every game we've had this year.
He has. Good 25-yard return off that.
Now,
26 yards on the return for Josh
it looks
Berry.
like the Siders with LT Maynard at quarterback look a little bit more comfortable. They got Staggs out there at 26, has a receiving touchdown. They got Josh Berry out there that gives them another threat to throw to. And Liniger's been running the ball well. Chase Liniger probably close to 100 yards tonight. He'll carry it again, and he's got room again.
Oh,
and there goes Liniger to the end zone.
He's going, he's going, he's
Touchdown,
going.
Siders. Wow, Chase Liniger's taking it to the house.
And the score moves again.
34-7 Siders, Chuck.
I'm telling you, they have picked up the pace. They are not playing games now in this third quarter.
No, they're not. I'll tell you.
You know, we're not seeing the errors that we've seen out of the Siders typically
No,
too.
we're not.
Here we go as we set up for the kick. There's the kick, and
He missed it. He missed it.
bounces off the
upright.
pole. So
Off the
extra
upright,
point
no
is
good.
No good. As the upright wobbles. That brings us to the 34 Siders, 7 Valley Indians, and we'll be back right after this.
This is my business. I'm the owner and sole proprietor.
I only have one other employee, Chester.
It's a romantic notion. Be the boss, but you are alone.
Well, not technically alone.
I do have a lot of help, actually.
My UPS store.
I had this printed there. Packing, shipping, help.
Outstanding.
Posters.
I have a mailbox there.
Best thing, they're right down the street.
The owner's a friend.
Forgot the account.
My team.
Yes! Careful now.
It's 34-7, and they have really picked up the pace in this third quarter. I mean, it has started with them getting a fumble and returning it for a touchdown.
Yes.
And 2 touchdowns on top of that.
Chase Liniger running the ball like a man.
They had a great little fake punt for a 2-point conversion.
And it's good for the Siders as they needed it. They've been playing hard week after week, but just haven't found any kind of. Number 6, the same return.
With the reception.
Now let's see what the Valley Indians can do to muster some kind of offense, as we're only 3 points away from a running clock. What a big change of events. I'll tell you,
Josh Berry with
you look at this aspect, Chuck and Andy, 34 straight points by the West Siders.
Yes.
Have them up 34-7.
Yes.
Valley's up 7-0 and controlled the whole first quarter.
They did.
Should have been up 21-0. They had 3 times that they should have scored and didn't. 2 times.
Oh.
And
They
got
were
it
in
in
striking
one.
distance.
Yeah.
But just couldn't make it happen. Up the middle.
Jones a ball carrier.
And
ran into a host of
3 yards.
Siders. Almost said Pirates. Sorry. Orange and black. Orange and black.
You know, we've got a lot of orange and black teams throughout our area. Ironton, Wheelersburg, Waverly, and of course the Senators. Ross. Is Ross one? They got orange?
Yeah,
oh,
Raceland
Raceland and orange and black. There's the snap. He's looking and just can't seem to connect now with the receiver.
Intended for Lospitz.
Lospitz got laid out by Cody Staggs with a good hit. Lospitch can't get nothing going as he's been open a couple times, but throws have been out of his reach. Third down and 6 for the Indians as the Siders look to hold one more time. I don't know what
43.
Coach Crabtree's been having a long season with the Indians, but they're young and they're going to get better.
Oh, there we go. Offsides.
A penalty on the play.
Number 1 jumped in the neutral zone. Cody Staggs. No, excuse me. The wrong Staggs. That's Cole Staggs who jumped in the neutral zone. Be a 5-yard penalty. Give Valley a manageable 3rd and 1. That changed the play calling now for Coach Crabtree and the Indians as maybe they can get something open on the run.
Well, that's it.
Let's see what we can do here now.
They're going to have to make something happen and change the pace of the game.
6:47 to go in the third. The Siders are looking to hold on a 3rd down and 1 for the Indians. The handoff, and he gets nothing. Stood up at the line. It's going to be a loss of 1, maybe.
There's a lot of people piling on.
Maybe could have got a piling on penalty.
What was that? We got a little unsportsmanlike going on?
No flag. No flag, no nothing.
No flag on that, but looked like it was starting to heat up a little bit out there.
That's going to bring up 4th down.
4th down and 1. 62 just got let off the field for piling on or a late hit, but didn't draw a flag. That's Gabe Skaggs. Valley Indians are going to go for it. 4th down and 1, and nice hit!
Stop. Shope the ball carrier. Stopped with a loss of yards.
Stopped, and the Senators have held and will take over on downs.
So now
Wesley Robinson and Garrett Hurd with the stop on 4th down. Garrett Hurd got him low, wrapped him up.
Hurd also in there with the stop for the Senators.
That means the Senators will take over on the 47-yard
line of the Indians.
Let's see what they do here. If I'm them, do you just give the ball to Liniger to the right?
You know, that seemed to work at least 2 times.
Yeah. Liniger.
He's through.
Wow.
The ball carrier.
Gains about 12 yards on that.
Liniger's running the ball like a beast.
I'm telling you, he's figured out how to get through, and it's working.
He's a savage.
Tyler Mitchell on the stop.
You got to like it.
Do what?
You got to like it. Liniger, he's looking good.
He's figured out their line, and he's working it.
Moving the chain, seeing the holes, getting it up through there.
35-yard line of the Indians.
1st and 10 now on the 35 as the Senators step up to the line.
LT Maynard's under center. Maynard looks to, gives it to the big guy, and he brumbles, stumbles, picks up about 5. That's Hunter Reed.
The ball carrier.
They call him the Tank.
I'll tell you.
They call him Tank, Andy.
Nathan Reel on the stop along with Jacob Bricky.
Let's see exactly what Coach Johnson calls here as it's 2nd down and 6 for LT Maynard and the Siders. Been very pleased with the play of the junior quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, he's held the team together very well.
He's done excellent this evening.
LT Maynard hands it off to Liniger. Liniger busts left, cuts back to right, and picks up what looks to be another Sider first down.
Looks like it.
Another Senator first down, or it's very close, and it is Senator first down.
There we go, moving the chains.
Moving the chains.
Tyler Mitchell on the tackle that time.
As the Senators march downfield. 34-7. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in 3rd quarter as the Senators push forward from the 25-yard line.
LT Maynard's under center, I formation, handoff to Liniger. Liniger runs into a crowd of Indians, but still going. Finally brought down to the ground, about a 5-yard gain. Going to bring up 2nd down and 5 with 4 minutes to go. Nothing for nothing, but if the Indians give up a touchdown here, Chuck, we got a running ticker.
That's it.
The OHSSA's rule is if you're down by 30 in the second half, the clock runs.
Mm-hmm.
So we could be seeing a running clock if the Siders.
It's definitely looking like that. You know?
Some of our proud sponsors we ain't got to mention today is WIOI.
You know, WIOI has been the home of the Cincinnati Bengals broadcast for the last 19 years. Tune in every week to catch their.
LT holds it. Looks like it's going to be what's called a.
He's down. He's down.
Maynard, the ball carrier.
Looks like a loss of about 6 yards.
About 6 or 7.
Stopped by Austin Lospitch.
He's limping a little bit, coming up a little bit gimped. Looks like he's going to be okay. He's look like he's a little bit mad at himself.
I didn't catch what happened there. Did he just get in trouble?
It looked like a bootleg option pass, and he tucked it under, and Lospitch tracked him down and made a nice play in the open field. About a no gain. Toss to Liniger. He's got room. Man, Lospitch with a nice play. No, that's number 26. I'm sorry. 26, Cody Spence. Cody Spence with a big tackle.
The ball carrier brought down by Cody Spence.
Looks like Liniger got about 3 yards, maybe 2.
Brings up a 4th down, and we'll call it 9 for the Senators.
4th and 9. As the Senators figure out what they're going to do.
LT Maynard's in the shotgun. 4th down and 9. The Siders are going to go for it. LT throws that bubble screen to Barry. Oh.
Josh Barry,
and the Indians catch him fumbling the ball in the air and just bring him backwards. So that's going to turn the ball over to the Indians.
Yes, it is. 1:59 to go.
Right around the 27-yard line. And we'll see what the Indians do with it. We may have seen the expiration of the drives out of the Senators now.
Well, they got away from a little bit of their comfort zone, and they got LT Maynard in a little bit of trouble on that one play, lost a little bit of ground. But the Valley Indians stepped up, stopped Liniger on the run. That's how Liniger's took 2 carries this half to the house.
Yeah.
So big hold by the Valley defense. Shope looks, fires, almost intercepted by number 33, and that's a freshman, Cade McNeil.
Pass intended for Ward, incomplete, broken up by Cade McNeil.
So the Valley
big play by Cade McNeil.
Valley Indians stay 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you got to like Cade McNeil, a freshman, getting some playing time at linebacker.
And doing a good job.
Yeah, yeah. Big moments for the freshman. You'd like to see kids get the experience, and he's earned it. He's going to be a good football player, this McNeil boy. And he looks. Nope. Shope's got time and an open man, and he completes it in front of Brandon Moore for a 1st down. Brought in by number 4, Christian Breach.
I tell you what,
Christian Breach has got a couple catches tonight.
You know, he let that go at the last possible second.
Was the West Side Senators closing in on him?
Oh, man.
I was watching the coverage.
He threw and got hit immediately following.
From the 41-yard line.
Well, and one thing I would like to say about the McNeil boy coming in as a freshman, he's going to be a tailback in the making too. He's going to be one of those West Siders as a freshman.
I agree.
He ain't got a lot of carries and maybe no carries this year, but he's a future running back here at the Siders, I believe. And he's a good kid. Brought down by number 62 on the tackle.
Gain of about half a yard.
Gabe Skaggs, one of the leading tacklers. Him and Garrett Hurd. But you see a lot of bright things coming from Coach Johnson's Siders. LT's a junior.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett, underclassman. Number 30, Josh Berry, is only a sophomore. So the Siders are going to be better next year.
Oh, definitely.
I mean,
Northwest 0.
Oak Hill 28, Northwest 0.
Yes, it is. I'd like to get an update on that Eastern game. That's a big SOC 1 game.
It
Oh,
is.
he's going to let it down the field. Almost intercepted.
Pass incomplete, intended for Lopson.
He's gonna have to be more
hasn't
careful
had-
how he
Broken
throws.
up by Cody Staggs.
You know, a couple more sponsors.
Berry also in
Smith's
coverage.
Drugs down on 2nd Street. Great supporters of the area youth and high school sports.
Brings
Rallies.
up a 3rd and 10.
Pro Pest Control with Al Prady. Does a great job. If you've got pests, call Al. Gaddy's Pizza.
Will be jumping.
Home of the All You Care to Eat buffet. And ADS Auto and Tire. ADS out on Scioto Trail, where they now do car repairs, brakes, alignments, and everything else.
Shope drops back. They had a screen, but read well by you-know-who. Number 23, Garrett Hurd.
You know,
And I'll tell you, Garrett Hurd,
on the stop.
the sophomore, has played a heck of a game.
yeah, the pass was completed, 5 yards behind the line?
Yeah,
And got nowhere.
All 5'6" of Garrett Hurd got there to make the tackle.
Do it for the 3rd quarter of play.
And that ends the 3rd quarter here at the Rock, where the Senators lead 34 to the Valley Indians 7. Let's take a break, and we'll be back right after this.
Two for the 7:30, please.
Enjoy the movie. It's a lot cleaner. Yeah, they actually cycle movies faster here.
We've been sending it like a box of chocolates.
Have you seen a really big snake? I hate snakes.
None shall pass.
Wheelersburg Cinema, still bringing movies to life.
Valley
Jump up
Indians
to ceiling.
lead the Valley Indians 34-7. Well, we've got some bumping music going on.
Donut shop. Speaking of donut shop,
Krispy Kreme. I don't think there's any better donuts anywhere.
Josh Berry's back deep to handle the punt, and it's going to be punted away end over end. Josh Berry takes it about the 30, moves to the right. Oh, what a block! What a block! A deke leader. Wow!
Josh Berry.
Number
Did you
one.
see that?
Number one, Cole Staggs with the
Man.
big block.
Wow. I think that was the big block of the game.
I've seen a couple, but I don't know.
Man, that was a hard hit.
That was a hard hit. It's going to be right up there with Garrett Hurd's.
1st and 10
Yeah.
Senators from the 49-yard line of the Indians.
Well, the
Deke
Senators
leader.
are now 49-yard line, 1st and 10, as they come up to see if they can do it again.
And we got LT Maynard in the I formation. Berry's in the slot with Staggs out wide left. Liniger.
Handoff. Liniger's moving.
We got a hold. We
And we've got
definitely got a
multiple
hold.
flags.
Liniger, the ball carrier. Flag on the play.
Looked like we got a hold on the Siders. Going to be bringing it back.
Spence on the stop for the Indians. We have holding against the Senators.
Well, the Senators lose a few yards on that.
Word from Waverly is it's turned into a defensive struggle. 17-13 Wheelersburg. Waverly just stuffed Berg's fake punt attempt.
Really?
Yard penalty. Repeat the
That's
first down.
that's impressive.
17-13. Waverly at home.
I tell you
Could
what,
they pull off the upset?
You know, if
I
they
hope.
can, that's going to
turn the SOC upside down.
It will.
I don't see either team, anybody competing with Berg or Waverly, though. They're both a little bit head and shoulders, got the upper class. Liniger cuts it out.
With
Makes
nice moves,
Liniger, the ball
and he is
carrier.
pushing forward.
Close to a
Almost
first
another
down,
first
but
down.
not. Picked up about 19 yards. I'd say
Indian friends of his.
I'd say that takes him over 100 yards.
I tell you. Man, he almost squeezed that first down.
Garrett Hurd's checking in on offense now. I like to see that.
Senators
I've
move
been
back
waiting
the
to see
line.
this. Garrett Hurd at tailback, the 5'6" sophomore, getting a chance to run the ball. He'll get a shot right here. Oh, no, they give it to Hunter Reed. I figured for sure that they might give little Garrett Hurd a shot at running the ball.
Well, they push through with him and get the first down.
The clock is ticking away. 10:24 to go in the final period. 34-7 Senators, Chuck.
I'm telling you, ball's on the 39. First and 10.
What do you think about this? The UPS store down over there in Schmidt. You like Aaron?
You know, he's Aaron Schmidt. But, you know, no, we all love Aaron Schmidt. I tell you, Aaron does a great job down there.
Garrett Hurd with his first carry looks good up to about the 35-yard line. A gain of about 5.
That's it. You know, Aaron does a great job down there. He and his family are big supporters of local sports. Love high school sports. You know, all the Schmidt family does. Yep. So they really do a great job.
An update from Easton Eastern has the Tartans up 28-14 over the Eastern Eagles. What thought to be a big game in the SOC. East is up by 14. Garrett Hurd weaving his way in through the traffic.
Packing the pigskin.
Packing the pigskin.
Love to see these guys get the experience. When your team's up 34-7, got to give Coach Johnson some credit by getting some kids some different opportunities. It keeps them hungry, keeps them competing in practice, and it makes them want to play harder.
Well, you know what? It gives them a chance to shine, too.
Well, I mean
a lot of times, a few minutes will show you that a kid's really got potential.
If you're an upperclassman and you see a Garrett Hurd step on the field and getting potential carries that should possibly be yours, look like they jumped a little bit, but
yeah,
Garrett Hurd brought down.
Packing the pigskin. Brought down by Schneider.
Well, Garrett Hurd didn't pick up nothing there, but it's going to bring up about a third or maybe fourth down. And I think the Siders might go for it. Fourth down and what could be a 3 or 4.
Fourth down now. We'll call it about 2.
You know,
Here
the
comes
third quarter was definitely the Senators.
Oh, yeah.
Things have kind of changed, slowed down a little bit.
20 points unanswered. Well, they scored 34 unanswered. Garrett Hurd packing the pigskin. Cuts it. Oh, cuts it. He's still up, and he's got it.
He's got it. He's moving.
Garrett Hurd, 5'6". Garrett Hurd.
First down.
And the Senators get another first down.
How about the work of Garrett Hurd?
Stradlin and Greathouse on the stop for the Indians.
As the chains move.
Liniger comes back in as Garrett Hurd did a great job.
Ball is now on the 26th with about 7:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. And the Senators are still moving forward. It's not the pace the third quarter was, but when you're up 30 points, I guess it really doesn't matter.
Liniger up the middle for about 5 or 6, maybe 4. Call it what you want, but the Siders are going right where they've been successful at, and that's in between the tackles.
That's
Getting Liniger the ball has been the difference.
He has done an incredible job rolling out of tackles. I mean, 90% of the Indian line has had a hand on him, but that's all they can get.
Right.
Second down, 8.
Here come the Siders up to the line. LT Maynard's got him in the I formation. Looks like he's got Josh Berry wide right. The handoff to Hunter Reed.
He breaks through.
Rumbling, stumbling, bumbling.
Gets the first and then some.
The tank says, feed me the ball.
That's
I need to get in the end zone.
Greenhouse, but it's another Senator first down.
And you know what? Hunter Reed is a junior.
Really?
He'll be back.
Man.
He'll be back.
Well, I tell you what, the Senators now at first and goal on the 10-yard line.
Chase Liniger, number 22. He's a junior.
That's a lot of juniors. That's a lot of juniors.
More juniors than Wendy's has junior cheeseburgers.
Let's see what's going to happen.
Chopped down at about the 6-yard line.
Reed on the carry.
Hunter Reed wants the ball, and I can understand it, man. He's been blocking a lot tonight.
That's it.
On the stop for the Indians.
Just a few yards from another Senator touchdown.
6 minutes to go in the final period. 34-7. The West Side Pride is shining tonight here in Raven Rock, Chuck.
I'm telling you, these guys are playing hard. I mean, it's a totally different ball game than it was the first half.
LT Maynard hands it to Liniger. Liniger looks for his hat trick and has it.
I tell you.
Touchdown Senators. Liniger with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night.
Yeah, Liniger
pretty much has sealed the deal for this ball game. Hottiger's coming in to make it 41-7, but it looks like the Siders have found a way to break the losing streak. They lost to Raceland. They lost to Memphis in overtime. They had a 2-game losing streak, and they have snapped the snide tonight here at home on homecoming.
They have.
From Raven Rock. It's fun to say.
There's the kick.
TJ Hoggard's kick is
good.
Good.
That brings the score up to 41-7.
Plays and a touchdown, Senators.
I tell you, the Senators are not letting up.
No, they are not.
You know? Well, while they reposition everything and get ready to kick off, we'll go ahead and take a break and be back right after this.
Many people know that at the Battery Terminal in Ashland, Kentucky, we sell automotive, marine, and recreational vehicle batteries. But did you know we also sell
Power Wheels, motorcycle, and wheelchair batteries?
We also sell batteries for garage door openers, watches, cordless phones, and cell phones.
The Battery Terminal is a family-owned business located in Ashland, Kentucky. We've been in business for 28 years, and we are here to service your battery needs.
The West Senators are leading the Valley Indians 41-7. You're watching Zone Sports as we bring you the best games each week right to your living room. The Senators are lining up for their kick, and the Valley Indians are starting to take field position here. As we're going to see the final minutes of the game.
Running clock. Waverly on Berg's 10-yard line, getting ready to go in for maybe the go-ahead score. Oh!
What happened down there, Adam? You said he just kind of caught the ball and stopped and waited to be tackled.
Stop, drop. Set him up, open up shop.
I'm telling you.
Here we go with the Valley Indians, what could be maybe their final drive of the game. See if they can get some reps in here and get some confidence in this young team that Darren Crabtree has.
I'm sure if they got double digits, they'd at least feel a little bit better.
They scored early, 7-0. 41 unanswered by the Senators. I didn't see it coming out this way.
No.
At the end of the first quarter, 0-0. Valley scores early in the second. West answers. Scores right before the half, and it kind of killed the momentum of the Indians.
It did, and they haven't scored since.
They haven't scored yet
Butler on the carry.
Butler on the carry, and it goes for maybe a yard or two.
McNeil and Sid Shiflett on the stop.
Now you're seeing some real underclassmen and some kids get some opportunities to play. Let's see what the Valley Indians can do as Cade McNeil makes another tackle as a freshman.
Call it about 8.
I like what he's did so far with his opportunity at middle linebacker.
I'm telling you.
Well, you're seeing some kids out there that we haven't got to call, and that's good. Isaiah Norman checks in at corner. Also, the other corner looks like Wesley Robinson. No, hold that, check it. Joey Cyrus is over at the other defensive back.
There's the pitch back. And he's running. Oh, we got a fumble.
Fumble on the play.
Looks like it may be recovered by the Indians. Let's see.
Fumble on the play recovered by the Indians. Trying to see who laid the lumber in there. Did you see what number that was?
No,
Someone
I
came in and cleaned it up.
I was trying to see.
Cade McNeil delivering the hit for the Senators.
Cade McNeil again.
Telling you.
Calling that kid's name a lot tonight. That'll make his dad Darren happy. Darren's a big supporter of West Side football and proud of his son, I'm sure.
Well,
Give your son a good game, Darren, because he's played a heck of a one today at freshman linebacker.
There's the handoff. He goes
outside,
to the right.
Wrapped up and dropped. Number 35 in on the tackle.
I don't think
Mitchell Molnar.
Looked like no gain on that play.
Mitchell Malner, a freshman, another freshman. So the Siders got some freshman linebackers that are showing promise.
Looks like we're up to, is this 4th and 5? 4th and 5 on the 40-yard line, and let's see what the Indians are going to do with this.
Wow, Gabe Skaggs is also a sophomore for the Siders, and he's one of their leading tacklers. Wow, they're going to be good in a few years. They're going to be really good.
The Indians set up to punt.
Shope on the punt.
There's the snap. And the punt is good.
He gets it away.
All the way back to about the 32-yard line.
Joey with a nice move, but a couple flags. It looks like it's bringing it on back.
That's it. Looked like he was making some moves out there.
2:25 to go in the game. The clock will be continuous, and this will probably be what we have as our last drive of the game.
Yeah, I think
bringing
you're
it
right,
home.
Adam.
Do we got any sponsors we need to mention, or anybody we've left out that you want to throw in there, Chuck?
You know, we've talked about quite a few sponsors, but you know, I definitely want to mention Powell Insurance Agency, who's been a longtime supporter of us.
Right.
The Salvation Army.
Right.
Shawnee State University. Sunspot Tanning with Dr. Lucas. Loot Supply. The Kennel Lodge. The Battery Terminal with Chip Womack, the Battery King down in Ashland. And a new advertiser we have tonight, which is Undead by Dark, which is the zombie event that's coming up.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, and Amelia Gray.
Updates in from Waverly. Cade McNeil.
Packing the pigskin.
Cade McNeil with a carry. You got to like that.
We're now under 2 minutes.
Getting to see Cade carry the ball some.
Down by Jones.
I like to see the freshman get in. Update from Waverly. You ready for this, Chuck?
Yeah, what are we at?
Waverly has the ball on the 1-yard line, getting ready to score on undefeated Willersburg to take the lead. Fumbles the snap out of the shotgun. Willersburg recovers and holds Waverly from going in the end zone in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
You're kidding.
Waverly had the ball on the 1 and just fumbled it. 36-14. East is over Eastern Pike. Akia just broke one for 50 yards, and it's a touchdown, Tartans. Cade McNeil here picks up about 7. The freshman, 2 carries for 12 or 14 yards.
I tell you,
give Cade McNeil
first down.
Hey, Cade McNeil, 2 carries, 14 yards as a freshman. Big time carries in the whining moments of the game. Coach Johnson's going to.
For the quarterbacking jobs right now.
Nick Davis is in the game for the Siders. The freshman quarterback getting some time behind LT Maynard.
We're now under a minute. Under a minute left in this game.
Nick Davis gives the ball to
looks like we got some player shuffles going on.
Number 57 gets in the game. Chris Hayslip. Big old boy Chris is getting in the game to make a good block.
There we go.
Got to like Chris Hayslip getting some time tonight.
I'm telling you.
57's getting his first snap of the season that we've seen, and we like to see that. Coach Johnson, great job getting the kids in the game.
You know,
and the Senators don't have to run another play.
That is the ball game.
We're here live from week 7 at Raven Rock at West High School. We have the Toro Loco player of the game, LT Maynard, number 5 for the Westside Senators. LT, thanks for coming up.
Hey, no problem.
LT, you got your first start tonight at the varsity quarterback, homecoming night. Things got a little sluggish start, fumbles that happened, but you gained your composure and you led them down the field. How did it feel to throw your first touchdown pass right before halftime?
Oh, it was great. Ever since I've been in Pee Wee, I've always wanted to throw a touchdown on this field, and it's been a dream come true.
Really? Well, you found him right before the half. A big play that made the score 14-7. Kind of got you, got your feet under you. You could tell a comfort level in the second half. You came out, you read the defense as well. I don't think you had an incomplete pass tonight, did you? Do you know?
Yeah, I had one. They batted one down.
Oh, that's right. You're right. They did bat one down. You was upset with yourself. I remember that. But you moved the Siders down the field. You led them to a victory. And for your first start as a Senator quarterback, we're going to give you the Toro Loco player of the game. LT, is there anybody out there you'd like to thank or anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my line for keeping me safe every time we drop back for a pass.
Right.
And my dad for always giving me confidence, and my grandpa for always watching over me.
So Greg Maynard out there, old dad, you know he's going to be happy. He's the #1 LT Maynard fan.
Yeah, he's at every game. There's times we'll even get thrown out, but you know he's always there to watch me somehow.
Yeah, and Dad's been with you through every sport. Baseball, you went with American Legion, and basketball, you've been playing it since you could walk. So Dad's been a big supporter of LT Maynard sports. But we do want to appreciate you coming up, LT. You're the Toro Loco player of the game. Congratulations on your first quarterbacking win, and it's been a pleasure having you up here.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, we'll be right back with our defensive player of the game and our Portsmouth big block of the game. So stay tuned as we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
At Desco, we believe loans to small businesses result in stronger communities. We believe the experience and ability to make local decisions awards you the home field advantage. We believe quick decisions and straightforward answers are what you need to get started. At Desco, we have terms to fit your business. Desco Federal Credit Union. We make business loans.
We're live at Raven Rock. We've been here 41-6, homecoming victory over the Valley Indians. The Westsiders were victorious. We have Garrett Hurd. He's our defensive player of the game, 5'6", sophomore. Led the team in tackles tonight. Garrett, thanks for coming up.
No problem.
Garrett, it's been fun watching you. We've watched the Portsmouth game, the Raceland game. We had Minford last week. This is our 4th game having the Siders. And one thing we talked about, number 23 has got more and more playing time at outside linebacker and has more tackles than you see a lot of people having. I think it goes to say that you're definitely a big asset to the Westside defense. I think I had you down for about 13 or 14 more tackles, so you had a great game. Anything you'd like to say? Anybody you'd like to thank, Garrett?
I'd like to thank my inside linebacker, Gabe. He helps me when the running backs cut back in. He helps me a lot on that. That's about it.
Well, you know, I think Jason, your dad, would be happy.
Oh, yeah.
Your older brother is at Ohio State. I think he'd be happy and proud of you to follow in the Hurd footsteps. Papal Jess probably be a big supporter of you too, right?
Yeah.
Means a lot to have a sophomore up here. You got 2 more years coming, and I seen you running the ball even a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
You like carrying the ball?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
As a sophomore, I see you get more and more playing time. I think you've turned a lot of heads, and I think that's one of the reasons that me and Chuck, wanted to have you up here to tell you that you've had a great season as a sophomore, and tonight you're our defensive player of the game.
Thanks.
We appreciate you coming up, Garrett. We'll be back with our Portsmouth big block of the game, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes, or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Powell Insurance Agency, serving you for over 75 years.
We're live wrapping it up with our last player that we have in tonight, and it's Mr. Josh Berry, number 30, a sophomore wideout, defensive. You actually play safety.
Yep.
You had one of our big blocks of the night.
Yeah.
You're our Portsmouth big block of the night. At the slot position, you had a nice crack back in on a linebacker. It sprung Liniger on one of those long runs. I don't know if you know which one I'm talking about on the right.
I think so.
Yeah, you came in on a flat back and you got a big block at the wide receiver position. A lot of people don't see the wide receiver blocking part of the game.
Yeah.
So we've seen you numerous times this year, like I was telling Garrett. And with you, one of the bright spots is you're the playmaker for the Siders.
Yeah.
You returned the punts, 7 touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
Got behind the Portsmouth defense numerous times at the Coliseum. Against Raceland, you were open and got some touches. Memphis, you did the same. Tonight with LT at starting quarterback, I heard you saying earlier, just joking with him, hey, man, you missed me once.
Yeah.
You didn't have as many catches, but you were a part of the game.
Yeah.
The returns, your blocking, you had 2 or 3 catches. So we do want to have you up here to say how well you've done this year. And as a sophomore, and as young as the Siders are, you got a lot to look forward to.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. And is there anybody out there you want to thank, or any coaches that's been working with you on your game?
I'd like to thank my team, my family, and especially my older brother, John Berry. He's the one that's trained me to be this way.
Pushed you, trained you.
Yep.
One thing over the West Side, you got a lot of West Side pride, right?
Yes, sir.
So now you guys have 2 losses that you can erase.
Yeah.
The Memphis and the Raceland game, back-to-back losses that were tough, 1 in overtime.
Yeah.
You get a big win over Valley. Who do you got next week?
Waverly.
Waverly had Berg on the ropes. I think they're down 24-13 now with about 3 minutes to go in the game on the update there. But it should be a big test for you guys.
Yeah.
Is it home or away?
Away.
Away at Waverly. Well, we want to wish you luck, but we want to congratulate you again on being the Portsmouth big block of the game. Josh Berry, number 30, is a sophomore?
Yep.
We're going to be seeing a lot of big things from you, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Josh, anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Just appreciate it, guys.
All right, well, let's go Siders. It's week 7 final, 41-6, Siders over the Indians. 41-7. 41-7. We'll give them an extra point.
Yeah.
41-7, Siders victorious on homecoming night. Me and Chuck will be back to recap the game, but I do want to thank you guys again, and here's a quick word from our sponsors.
Let's see if we can get you some help.
Who do you think you're going to get to help me this time of night?
Thank you for calling King's Daughters. This is Natalie. How can I help you?
My husband has a pretty bad cough, and it seems like it's getting worse.
Let's see about getting him in to see a provider.
Care 24/7. Free advice, help, and scheduling 24 hours a day.
Honey, I think they can get you in as soon as the morning.
That fast?
That fast.
Care 24/7. Here when you need us.
You're watching Zone Sports, and we're here at the Rock in West Portsmouth, where the West Portsmouth Senators just knocked off the Valley Indians, and we're in the McDonald's post-game show where we just kind of wrap things up and kind of talk about the game. Now, Adam, from the beginning to the end of the game, totally different. Every quarter changed.
Turn of events. West Side had the fumble bug early, put the ball on the turf. Valley capitalized with only 7 points on those 2 turnovers, and the onside kick to open the game.
Well, the onside kick to open the game, I mean, the Indians controlled the first quarter, and we saw no points.
Good preparation by Coach Crabtree and the Indians to keep their young team in it early.
Mm-hmm.
The West Side Senators warmed down, scored 41 straight points, and came out victorious 41-7.
I'm telling you, that was a big win for the Senators tonight.
Big win.
I mean, we've talked about that all evening. I mean, this was kind of the breaker for them to kind of get back on the wagon and move forward.
Yep.
Now, we know that Berg and Waverly are playing tonight.
Final, 24-13 Willisburg.
Well, and Waverly was right on the edge of staying in there.
Now, this game sets up next week. The West Senators go to Waverly to set up a big SOC matchup now.
So now it'll be interesting to follow this and see how the Senators do against Waverly, because the Senators are coming back in Week 10 to play Berg.
Right. So it sets up a lot of big SOC matches. I know we have one tomorrow night.
We do. Sims Valley and Notre Dame.
That's a big SOC one match.
Yep.
Eastern Eagles went down to the East Tartans tonight. Oak Hill was beating Northwest, so a lot of area teams having success. I think tonight's game was Chase Liniger on the ground.
Oh, definitely.
LT Maynard, great first start as quarterback.
Oh, he did a great job. I mean, one of our players in the game here.
And Garrett Hurd on the defensive side, captained by Josh Berry, and some of the big blocks he had to spring Liniger on the outside.
Well, you know, this is by far, I think, the best game we've seen out of the Senators. You know,
Yeah,
and this is, I mean, what, four games we've seen of them so far this year?
And the Senators are 3-4 on the season, giving up 3 of those games that maybe I thought they should have won.
Well, you know,
the
I agree.
Raceland game may be the only game that got away from them, but the Colgrove, the Portsmouth, and the Minford loss all could have been wins for the Siders.
It could have been.
So,
but they're a young team.
Coach, and we talked to their players. Not a lot of seniors are going to lose.
No.
A lot of sophomores and juniors, and that'll have the Siders back on the map to finish this year and to build on next year. So it's been fun from West. I think this wraps up Week 7. We'll be tomorrow night at Sims Valley and Notre Dame. So, Chuck, thanks again for Week 7 wrap-up.
No problem.
Brought to you by McDonald's.
Brought to you by McDonald's. And you know what? We want to thank all of our sponsors and you guys for being out there.
Thanks again for tuning in. This is Adam Cox with Chuck Jones.
We're out of here.
We're out.